Rude. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Leave those there. Let it focus. There we go. We are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the paint party. All right, let's throw up the link so that y'all can join me if you'd like. And we are at, oh, bam, it hit all four at the same time. So if you want to join me this evening, you are more than welcome. Just click on that link. Make sure the, whatever, if you were watching, make sure you shut that off. Yeah, let's get some painting done. I got a lot of stuff to put together tonight. So I don't know if I'm going to do a whole lot of painting. But hopefully I'll get a couple buddies that will get their paints on. And yeah. So hopefully everybody's had a good week. I've had a weird one, but hopefully I'm about to have a good weekend. We got a 40K tournament coming up on Saturday. So yeah. All right. So I got a few things I need to put together tonight while I'm waiting for somebody to join me. I need to put together a Necromunda Juve. But before I do that, I guess I should figure out what they have. So I guess that could wait. I got to put together a Yinkarn and a couple tanks. So I've got a repulsor. And if I'm able to finish that in the 3 hours, then I'll work on, I got a couple impulsors as well. But yeah. So anyway, that being said, let's get started. I guess we'll start. Let's again, unless nobody joins me, we got the Yinkarn here. Let me get some tools. So things are a little different. We did change my area around. It's a little bit niftier. Gives me a little more room. We got another desk for me. So, but yeah. So, it may take me a minute to find things because my paints are no longer close to where I was. They're way over that way. I'm facing a different direction, but it may work. So, alrighty. So that being said, let's put together a Yinkarn. So let's find this thing. This is from the Triumvirate of the Enid box, which had a bunch of models. Let's see if we can find the rule or the instructions for said Yenid, or the Yinkarn, which is here. So 2 and 3. Excuse me. All right, so there is no 2 or 3 on that piece. Man, she is a lot of swirly bits, isn't she? Woo! I got a boop. It's the first. Okay, normally the first Saturday every third month. We moved it this week because CoastCon was last weekend and they had a 40K tournament. So B-Rai is in. So let's bring him in.
Hey, JD.
Hey, buddy.
I'm running a little behind. I just came back from Louisiana.
And you didn't come by and see me.
Dude, I had a brand new trailer behind me. I just made it home. I just pulled in.
I hear you.
And so if you give me about 5-10 minutes, I'm going to come back and join you in a second. I'm just going to mute and be right back. I just got to unhook and then
you're good.
My dogs go out.
You're good. I appreciate you letting me know because, if nobody joins me, I don't want to party by myself. So.
No, I'm going to be here. Just give me like 15 minutes.
Fair enough.
All right. Thank you, bud.
Yes, sir. Also, Michael, if you check G&G's Facebook page and events, we usually I try to do it. If I get somebody else to do it, we get that put up early, or not early, but a few weeks out so you can see. But it's generally the first Saturday of every third month of the first month of the quarter, basically. So January, and now third. Man, I'm off. Third month of the quarter. So March, June, so and so forth. And they're not always the same. Like this one, actually, I'm thinking of the big tournaments, ITC tournaments, where we, official, pointed tournaments that count. We actually do have a 40K something the first Saturday of every month. But the ones that matter as far as like rankings and stuff, that the ITC is I can't remember what it stands for, but it's like the International Tournament Committee or Conference. I don't remember. There's they were a fan started tournament circuit. That's the circuit. I bet that's the C. Or independent tournament circuit. That's what it is. Pretty sure that's it. Anyway, they've gotten big since GW stopped sort of hosting their own a few years back. They took over. So yeah, but if you keep an eye on our page, we usually will have an event up, or if you can get in here so I can get you to join the Discord, that'll tell you as well. And that's also a good way to get into the leagues and, other fun stuff that happens. All right. So I need numbers 2 and 3. So here's 2. So remember so I'll treat this as if it was nobody's ever done it before. When you're clipping, you want to get as close to the piece you're clipping as possible. Use the flat side of your snips like that. This side against the model. All right, and then I get my mold line removers and I clear out the cut marks and any mold lines like here. No, there's more. I mean, I clipped like 4 times, but I could only find 3 of them. So, so I hope everybody had a good day. I've literally been putting things together all day because I have a new army list I want to try out. So I had them all mostly purchased, but I hadn't put them together over the last however long. So I spent today putting together 20 heavy intercessors. That was fun. Where's that? There's 3. So, but while we were doing it, one of my twins wanted to, we were hanging out, we were going to watch a movie. So, I started him on the Fast and Furious franchise. So he and I watched the first one because apparently there's a cartoon for Fast and the Furious. Who knew? I'm not interested in that. Hey, Travis. But then he was done. He wanted to go hang out with, play video games in his room. So my eldest came out there. Now, before I go into this, remember they're fixing to be 17. So they and I started watching, and we ended up watching the first 2 Hangovers. So yeah, that was interesting watching that with your eldest child. But yeah. All right. So let's see how this goes together. So we've got this piece like this, that piece like that. Oh, and that clicks there and there. Seems easy enough. Let's see. Make sure we're good. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's get out our glue. So this is for somebody else, so I want to be as clean as possible. And swirly bits. All right, and now we take that and put number 4 against it. I bet 4 is right here. So 4. I really got to sneak the clippers in because there's all this stuff. Really need to sneak the clippers in there. All right, so let's clear that out. And then got a piece over here. Alrighty. And I know there was one more clip spot. Was it there and there? Yeah, okay. So now this has this up like this. This up like this. Oh, there's some dots maybe that run along it. Let's see if we can figure this out. See if we can dry fit it. Dry fitting is always a good idea. Now it's got 3 dots there. It's also got a bunch of dots in there. That doesn't seem right. There it is right there. Beautiful. Okay, so let's run the glue gently across here. And bring that back to there. You know what? There's a little bit up here covering up the connection points from the last one. I just realized it's laying on, so let's get that on there. There we go. All kinds of swirlies. This thing's going to be maybe not as bad as that Void Dragon I painted, but there we go. All right, so we're going to let that sit over here for a second and take a look. Now we need piece 5. Helps if I flip it upside down. That's 15. There's 5. All right, so this has 3 pieces of contact. Let's pop that out. One. Remember, if you're using a mold line remover, I prefer those over an X-Acto blade because, I'm not cutting myself. But you just lightly run it over. You don't have to put a lot of pressure on it. This steel cuts through that plastic pretty easy. All righty. There's 2. And there's 3. So, and I think if Travis is still watching, he can back me up. This is something you're going to want to do anything you're building, including like Gundams. Because typically for a novice to intermediate Gundam builder, they're not going to be really painting. So they want to make sure the building itself is clean. All right, so this piece looks like that and goes to this. Let's do this. Let's see. Woo! I got a boop. It's a silver. All right, let's get a silver in here. Hey, silver.
Hello, hello, hello.
And how is you?
Tired.
Fair enough.
What are you building?
The Yinkarn. The Eldar,
The what?
like the Yinkarn. Yncarne. It is an Eldar. I guess it's like it's what they got when Space Marines got Gillivan.
Oh, it's that demon prince.
I mean, okay. I don't know if I'd call it a demon prince, but maybe because it does have like one demon horn, so you may be correct.
I mean, that's what I would have used it for. That's what it looks like.
Fair enough.
I'd have used it as a Slaanesh demon prince.
Yeah, it does definitely look Slaanesh-y because of that horn and the way it is. So, but I think she's some big, I don't know, psyker something. Ooh, I used way too much glue on that.
I thought she was supposed to be like like an avatar.
I think it's similar, but I honestly don't know the lore behind it.
Yeah.
Especially since the Avatar is coming out in a couple weeks, another version of it.
Right.
So, how are you today? Well, you said tired. I meant, what are you working on tonight?
Oh, Jesse James.
Okay.
From Wild West Exodus.
Okay.
Yeah, I got. I'm just throwing some random stuff out to paint.
I got you.
I've had them for a while, and I've been wanting to. I was looking at them, and I just said, you know what? I need to get these guys finished.
Fair enough.
I was like, yeah, and the first one I painted was Wyatt Earp.
Okay.
So I said, because I got the I got the 2-pack starter.
The
Lawmen and the Outlaws. And the Lawmen got Wyatt and one of his brothers, and the Outlaws got Frank and Jesse.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they're I don't know what scale these guys are because they're smaller than they're the detail. I mean, they got excellent detail as far as the sculpts and everything. It's just their faces are like I'd probably go. Their faces are small.
Gotcha.
Teeny tiny small. I mean, you need an electronic microscope to see them, you know. That kind of small. But they're good.
Cool. Is that really the only glue spot they give me on this tiny? Oh my gosh.
Yes, sorry about the delay. Whew.
You're good.
It's Games Workshop, man. You know how they are.
How's everybody's week going so far? Reasonable. Has it got any better since painting last week? Or from painting Monday?
Well, you know what? Let's see. I painted last week, and then I went to work the next day, and I worked all the way until today.
Holy cow.
I'm painting tonight, and I'm off tomorrow. So I'm good.
All right. I'm going to stand here and hold this piece so it can balance and dry for a little bit.
So I made it over to Louisiana in 2 hours and 43 minutes.
Nice.
On the way home, it was 4 hours.
It's a big trailer.
Yeah.
What'd you get a trailer for, if you don't mind my asking?
Traveling around the universe.
Oh, you got your RV thingy.
So it fits up my driveway and through the gate by like 2 inches on each side. I wanted to get home before it got dark.
Yeah.
I'm flying home. Well, not flying because it does not fly. All the way on the way over there, I used a little over a quarter of a tank of gas. On the way home, it went through an entire tank of gas.
Right.
So,
which was probably more than the trailer.
Yep. Probably like the cost is, it was $258 over there.
Oh, that's not bad.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, $458.
That is bad.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's less good.
No, that was not an enjoyable fuel up.
Yeah. I'm trying to just keep reminding myself that it was like this, 6-7 years ago, and it'll fix itself at some point.
Eventually.
Yeah.
We're going to have some downtime here for a while. It's going to be a little more of a mess.
So, yay.
So, other than Monday, you getting a little bit frustrated with the paint and anything else going on? You getting
Man, I'm just tired of that thing, like, surprising me with some crap.
Tail.
Yeah.
What happened Monday?
I had finished up the white on the knee, and I went to move to the thigh piece, and I looked over, and the knee had a gray thumbprint on it. And my finger didn't. Like, there was no gray on my finger. I don't know what. Like, I still have no idea what happened.
Oh, it builds character on the pieces.
Well, and then I showed it to Trevor yesterday, and apparently the white I did, because I had been using the same brush to go between the white stippling and the white and the red. I hadn't quite, I guess, got the brush as much as I could, because it's little pink showing through, which is an easy fix. That's not the end of the world, but
it's frustrating to say the least. So
I mean, it's easy enough. I'll just go get another brush, but still, bruh.
Titan 1 or Titan 3 JD 0.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, let's see.
And I've got a Titan Warlord sitting on my chest of drawers, complete, painted, scratch built, and you've only got a leg done. I'm gonna kill that cat.
Wow, that was poor cat. Long story short, you were talking to Michael. Michael's one of my friends from over here.
Yeah.
And I think he's really got the bug for the Warhammer.
Good. We just need to get him into the Discord, because that's how he can keep an eye on when events are happening. Or, just, like us on Facebook. That'll help too. All right. Piece 7.
You little rat fart.
Did you call it a rat fart?
Yes.
Okay. You do
I
you.
did. He just dumped my entire.
Warlord Titan.
No. No, he just dumped my entire all my basing materials and my back.
Oh. Well, so
now I'm based.
So your cat was having a flocking good time.
Yeah, there you go.
That's pretty terrific. So where are the other normal hooligans at tonight?
I know Greg was here at the store until about 5:40. So I don't know if he's joining us. We hadn't talked about that. He's probably getting some food. If he does join us, it'll be after some food. And and I feel really bad about it because I was actually supposed to meet him here at 4. We were getting ready for the tournament, setting up the terrain for the tournament on Saturday. But my wife ended up having to go into the office today and then had a big meeting, and she gets off at 4. So I was like, man, I'll be like 30 minutes late, right? Well, at 5, she's like, I just got out of a meeting. And I'm like, sorry, Greg. I did not intend for you to have to do all that by yourself. So,
But seriously,
it was, I feel pretty bad. It's a poopy friend thing to do.
You're not one of those kind of friends, are you? You're not a poopy friend.
I try not to be, but sometimes poopy friend stuff happens anyway.
I'm a pretty poopy friend because I should have stopped by this afternoon, but literally I was driving through Mobile at 5:20 is when I passed by the bridge.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm going to make it. I'm going to get home in time to get logged on to paint. And then I'll go and hook the trailer, get in here. And because that's pretty nerve wracking. I know you know because you drove trucks.
Right.
Nobody has any kind of common sense when you're driving and somebody pulls out in front of you.
No, they think you can stop as fast as they can, and you cannot. You absolutely cannot.
No, you sure can't. I know that for a fact. Tell you what, I was driving one 25 miles an hour. And I was in an 18-wheeler triaxle trailer. And lady stopped. And like I said, I was doing 25 miles an hour. I hit the brakes. And I still rear-ended her.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks later, I turned the truck over.
Well, that does not sound good.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't my fault. My load shifted on me, and I was dragged off the road. Well, see, I was allowed to carry 88. I was allowed to gross out at 88,000.
Yeah.
Instead of your normal 80.
Mm-hmm.
And I was carrying gravel across Lake Pontchartrain.
Oh.
Well, I was leaving out that morning, and I was coming up to my stop, so I wasn't going very fast. And my load shifted on me, dragged me off the road. I was bringing her back up on the road, and my triaxle, my third axle, caught a dry creek bed. And when it did,
Yeah, absolutely.
It flipped me.
Yeah. All right. Real quick. I need y'all's help. So looks like we're able to speak things into existence. So if everybody could be like, hey man, JD really needs like $4 million, that'd be great. Because let's talk about JD getting $4 million.
That's all you need, bro.
Because we have a Grig. We spoke of Grig, and Grig appears. So let's speak of JD getting a whole lot of money. And
well, I hope that you do.
Yeah. Like the way my luck runs is I'll something will happen on my way home and I'll just be paralyzed, but I'll get a nice insurance settlement. It
won't be the good $4 million like a scratch off ticket.
Right. Speaking of, I need to come see you. You have those in Florida.
You don't have scratch offs in Alabama?
We don't have any kind of lottery in Alabama.
What?
Yeah.
I thought you knew that.
I don't know much of anything, Silver.
Except RVs.
Tacos, RVs, boats. I had to sell my boat because I couldn't sit on that anymore because it was too bouncy. When it was driving across the water, that slapping, that just destroyed my back. So camping's a little easier.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, we don't have a lottery. We don't have a scratch off. We got a casino, though.
We do have a couple of those, yeah.
But they're on Indian reservations, so all the money goes to the Indians.
Native, but yes.
See, that's kind of tough. That I can't believe Alabama doesn't have a lottery.
Oh, all of our senators and Democrat or senators and politicians, they always vote against it. So they're like, we don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want that. We're not gonna do it. Well, that's fine. We'll just send our money on over to Florida and Mississippi and all them other places that have it.
Pretty much.
Well, next time I come over, I'll bring you a scratch off.
So Greg, before you actually jumped on, did you hear my giant apology?
No.
Okay. They were asking, where's our normal band of miscreants, basically, and I was like, well, Greg just left here at about 5:40, and then I told him how much of a bad friend I was by leaving you hanging, even though I told you I'd be here. Danny didn't get home till 5:30, so she had a meeting that took forever, apparently, and then 5 o'clock traffic from
Yeah.
So I apologize for not being here. If I had known, I would have said, hey, when you on your way, why don't you come do the thing where you pick me up? But
That's fine.
But they look good. I'll put some signs on them before I leave saying, like the other two.
Move around more often so that is that what the sign says? Please move.
Yeah.
No, do not touch, or you will be missing fingers.
It closer to what Silver said, yes. So what are you working on, Greek?
Well, I liked the dark shadow stuff around Long's face that I did, so I went back and got all my Dark Dimension characters and gave them the same treatment.
Okay.
And then I'm going to work on can't remember her name, but she is the Sorcerer Supreme of the Dark Dimension.
Clea?
Yeah. And then I might finally tackle Bullseye.
Okay. Fair enough. It's like, what? One of these things is not like the others.
Because I hadn't actually finished painting my starter box yet.
Bullseye's not from Starter Box.
Is he not?
Nope, he came with the
Daredevil, that's right.
Daredevil.
Yeah. Might as well. At this point, that might as well be Starter Box.
Yeah.
Did you see where I put your bags?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because at first I was like, why? Who moved my? And then I was like, oh, because Greg literally just asked me that.
What kind of tournament y'all got going on?
2,000 point ITC. 40K. Yeah. So
We'll see if anybody shows up.
yeah, we'll have a few. I'm confident we'll have a few.
If and it's this Saturday.
Yeah.
If I wasn't leaving for spring break, I'd come over.
I thought your spring break was going to be in my parking lot. That's what we talked about.
That's what we talked about, and then my wife had other plans.
Look, you know what? One of these days, she and I are going to fight over your.
You can. I've been angry at her lately too.
We're going to fight over your attention. Like,
So-
look, you get him 6.5 days a week.
I just need him for 4 or 5 hours 1 week.
That's right.
Long story short, this morning we were yelled at because the girls were fighting in the back of the car, and they just got their ears pierced, and of course the one ripped the side of the earring out of the other one.
Ouch.
They go at it, but it didn't rip the earlobe. It just
Okay, good. I was.
Yeah. They they had some choice words. Well, I told Mom, and Mom was on her way to work at the same time as I was taking her to school, so she actually went out of the way. And you know how bad it is when you have to divert the wife from where she's going to tell the kids how bad they're acting.
Right.
They had some moments.
Yeah. Oof. Poor.
And then
Poor
it becomes my fault.
Well,
What?
I don't ask me how, but I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible. Vagina logic is tough.
You poor man.
Dude, I live with three ladies. It's not easy.
uh,
I had sort of this is probably a way overshare for a painting stream, but I had a little bit of a different problem with my wife getting mad at me when my eldest was growing up, because my eldest would come to me with the monthly issue that she would normally go to their mom with.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I'm the one that was always the one asked to help and go get and shop with them. And my wife was like, "But what? That was going to be our bonding thing." I was like, I mean, not that they don't have other bonding, things, but that was something that my wife was very confident that they could talk Savannah through, and have that time, and Sav would just be like, "Dad." So my wife was mad at me for that.
she got mad. Oh my goodness.
Mad is a strong word, but more sad and that kind of upset that.
I could understand the sad and upset.
And it all stemmed from one of the first times we were at the store, and after school they were doing homework while I was working, and an emergency happened.
Ooh.
And so I didn't freak out. I calmly took them. Back then there was a Dollar General next door, and we got everything we needed, fixed everything up, and Dad didn't freak out, so that kept kid calm. And so I wasn't like, ew, nasty. So plus, Savannah's my clone anyway.
Because you were the super dad.
Yeah. No, literally looks like they're a gremlin spawn and I got wet.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Where's that?
Cool, but crazy.
I'm just anticipating when this finally does happen at my house, because they're very pre-hormonal, very, very, very much so, and they don't really quite understand why they're hormonal. They get it. They know what happens.
Yeah.
But the pre-hormonal aspect of it, I don't understand the attitudes.
Honestly,
I don't think we're allowed to.
No, I think part of their animosity, other than just being siblings, dude, the quarantine and everything has really messed. The twins used to get along great, and now because they've literally been stuck together without a lot of outside relief, the fights become worse. So it may be because of COVID and quarantine.
Full on round one.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think I've mentioned that I've about had it with the twins, and I want to give them both a stick or their lightsabers and just tell them to take it out into the backyard until they figure out who's alpha, because good grief.
Not your babies. They're sweet.
I will Lord of the Flies them in a heartbeat.
I mean,
Thanks, Hup, but I ain't playing Eldar.
they've got an open field. We can just let them run around in.
What, Eldar?
That too.
Dude, they'd turn it into Mustafar.
Fact, what are you putting that together for somebody, JD?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now with the new Eldar Codex, JD's finally going over to his true love.
Yeah, negative. She got a nice booty, though. Look at that booty.
Yeah, still looks like a demon prince.
Cess. God, silver.
Hey, Flanique.
So insensitive. Yes, I understand the irony of my sarcasm.
Yeah.
She got a lot of hair, though.
Not as much as Jane Czar.
Fair.
That new Jane Czar model, she looked like she had a bad day at the hairdresser.
Well, I mean, if she had the same hairstyle for 20-something years and they finally gave her an upgrade, she's probably still living in the 80s. She's got to have that big.
I'll tell you what,
gotta have that big poofy hair.
I'm finally glad that they did something with the Eldar.
Oh yeah, have you seen the new Morgan Raw model?
No, I haven't. I've seen some. I've seen the Dark Reapers. I've seen the new Avatar. The new twin jet bikes.
Yeah. When you get a second, look up Morgan Raw. His new model's really cool looking. Like he got a treatment like Jane Czar, just sort of here's your new century look. It's not good. There it goes right there. Beautiful. Beautiful.
No, the only problem I'll have with you, JD, is if you don't show up on Saturday.
No, dude, I'm coming home tomorrow, Friday night, so that's not even a temptation or an issue. Like, I'm not. I wouldn't do that to you on purpose. B, I'm not taking chances. C. Yeah, no C.
Yeah.
Oh, there's always a C.
Yeah, but those are some of the players. That was a clever cuss word.
Uh-huh.
Did you see the
Yep.
Okay.
Let me get, because I'm good at this. I'm good at this.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I saw the Obi-Wan trailer.
Okay.
Is it an actual good trailer?
It's more of a teaser, but yes, it is a Obi-Wan trailer that is for the show coming out next couple months, 2 months.
Cool. Hey, yeah. What's the release date on Moon Knight? Do anybody know?
Similar time frame, maybe April. I don't remember.
No, I'm just waiting for May the 6th,
End of the month,
end of the month.
Oh,
March
Moon Knight.
30th,
Nice.
first episode.
Beautimous.
I'm waiting for May the 6th.
Why? That's Sith Day.
Yeah, but that's also what you call it? Doctor
Multi-
Strange 2,
Multiverse.
Multiverse of Madness. And I definitely want to see that one.
I didn't realize it was that early in May.
Yeah.
Crap.
And you guys know how much of an Aliens fan I am, right?
Yeah.
No, it has never occurred to me. What's up?
You like aliens?
Oh yeah.
Like Alf?
No, wrong alien.
Oh.
Although I wouldn't mind having an Alf right now to eat.
Oh no. Oh no. To eat your cat?
Yeah.
I needed to make sure you didn't say anything else that would get us banned.
No.
I'll crack myself up. Anyway, continue.
Oh.
Dag nabbit.
So I was just saying, how's it going? I was looking.
I was gonna say something and I don't forgot it.
Hold on.
What was I gonna say? Shoot.
Bang bang.
Oh,
Okay.
they've got a new movie coming out.
I don't know yet.
And
Hold on one second. I need to mute myself real quick. Sorry, guys.
Okay, go ahead. But they've got a new Aliens movie coming out,
Uh-huh.
and it's by the guy who directed the new version of Evil Dead.
Okay.
So it's going to be an actual horror movie.
Right.
And they also have a TV series coming out on Hulu based on the franchise.
On the Hulu's.
On Hulu.
Yeah.
So I'm actually interested in seeing that. And this one is supposed to be based on Earth.
Okay.
So the Hulu series is anyway. So that ought to be pretty good.
I don't know how long I'm gonna make it tonight. I'm struggling.
Pain or sleepy?
A lot of both. Sleepy mostly. I got up this morning, and I don't know. You didn't hear when because you came in a little late. I ran over to Louisiana and picked up the our camper,
Well,
and then drove it back. I got here at 6 o'clock, right as time started,
well, no wonder you're tired. You ran all the way to Louisiana.
and I made it back, which was crazy. So I got back right as it was getting dark, which my goal was to be here before it got dark.
Sorry about that. Y'all Hup had some questions.
You're fine.
I think we should start adding nap time to adult days.
Isn't that what lunch breaks are for?
No. I mean like an extra hour of just each nap. Like, so you get your regular day, you get your job, and you get your lunch, and then right afterward you get a full hour of nap.
So you want to go to 25-hour days?
No. We still keep 8 hours. You get paid for your nap.
Oh, then I'm down.
Yeah, see, that's that. And who wouldn't be? I mean,
I get paid to sleep.
you get an extra hour of nap time.
Well, see, if you didn't have kids, then you would be able to have that out.
See, I would, if their babies weren't here, oh my, I wouldn't have any responsibilities. And
See, that's what you have to balance out. What's more important? Because I get naps.
see, I'm getting peanut butter and jelly hearing about these naps. tried to take one the other day, and as soon as it's nap time, like my wife knows when I have nap time, like try to schedule it, and she'll text or call or find something for me to do. It's because she knows she's not napping.
So that jealousy rears its ugly head.
Oh, it does.
But of course.
Why isn't that fitting like it was a second ago?
Because it hates you.
Because
That's what she said.
Oh my.
because future JD and past JD and present JD are trying to fit in the same section all at the same time, and it just ain't working.
But I don't think my wife could handle that. Wait, what?
Damn it, Danny.
We are skirting the edge today. It's got a lot of innuendos.
What are you talking about?
Models, putting models together. That's all we're talking about. We're talking about how I should have waited for the face to dry to the hair before I tried to put it on the body. Because that hair is so heavy, it tears it apart.
She's having a bad hair day.
Oh no, her hair is fabulous. She's having a bad hold my head up on my neck day. She's like a newborn.
Her hair is so mighty she can't even hold it up straight.
That's right. That's where all her psychic power is. All right, so we're going to let her dry for a little bit.
So have you figured out how to record yet?
Yes, I believe so.
Cool.
Regulators ride.
I was going to say mount up. It was a clear black night, a clear white. I can go all the way if you want me to.
What? Huh? Who?
Regulators. Good too. Can't be any geek off the street. That'd be a good parody for you guys.
Yeah. No, so the vote that we made, I asked everybody to take part in like halfway through last month about what our next parody is.
Oh, nobody listened to that.
No, there were a lot of votes. It looks like we're doing some TLC. So
I thought we discussed this last week.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is I thought there was nobody. I thought that was what happened.
What?
I didn't think there was any votes. I thought there was like one vote. And
No.
last week you were saying that nobody, and so you didn't know which one to go with. I must be here. I must be crazy.
I mean, that's fair, but no, there were a lot of votes. Like it came down to, and I think part of it's Hup's fault because he really wanted us to do the other one. It kind of came down to TLC or Linkin Park.
Link Parker.
So we did, but TLC definitely won. So now I gotta do our No Scrubs parody. It's called No Ones.
Real quick, JD, hang on. Look at my screen real quick.
Hold on, let me find you. There.
No, just
There.
no.
Oh yeah.
JD.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
Scrub is the guy that thinks he's fine,
Just stop.
also known as a buster.
Yeah, but it's all about rolling ones in games. It's basically an autobiography.
It's my life story.
Yeah.
Ugh.
We're gonna hold her upside down, let her hair stick for a little bit. Pretty much.
Too easy. It's too easy. So you got the 40K tournaments this weekend. When's going to be the next? Do we have a kind of a radar of the next event for 40K?
So this month is weird because CoastCon was last week. That's why it wasn't last week. But the first first Saturday of every month, we usually have some form of event.
Yeah, the next major tournament won't be till the end of next quarter.
Right, but we'll have we'll have a fun tournament, then we have a practice tournament, and then we have a actual counting tournament. So the one after that'll be funsies.
How's the setup for live gameplay coming?
Looking very close. I imagine we'll have some content next week.
What?
Yeah. So my whole setup here is different now. I have this rolling desk that's up next to my other desk that has all the equipment on it, which is actually cool because then I can roll it closer to where we're doing the recording.
I am so excited for this.
Yeah, I just Josh stole one of my cameras because he wants to do stuff as well. So I could use one camera, but then you'd get a sort of a static camera shot, which will be fine for some things. But for a big 40K table, I'd like to have multiple angles so you could sort of see what's going on from different angles.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm working on is what you're doing. Is I've been painting terrain, and I gotta paint some more of that when I get time. Problem is painting here is very difficult when I'm not actually streaming because I'm starting to dread a phrase when I'm in this chair, and that phrase is
JD. It's
now,
JD.
very very close. It's hey JD.
Well, you ought to tell people when I'm in this chair, don't call my name.
You would think that could work because that's been said. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know.
And I try not to be a big jerk face and just tell people to go away. So I hope, and then I'll be here for 4 hours and have painted 10 minutes.
Right. I know.
All right.
Trust
so
me, I know.
13 and 14. I can't believe it's been an hour already, y'all.
Well, when you're hanging out with JD, all goes too fast. It's light speed.
If only that were true, but I hang with me all the time, and most of the times time crawls.
You have not had to sit in a classroom to stare at students who or not have anything to do for a whole school period.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
That's fair.
That was my experience the last time I did when I went to go do my substituting.
Yeah.
The teacher had all the stuff on schoolology.
Right.
So there was no paper or anything to hand out, nothing for me to collect. And I didn't know what they were doing. So I kind of just sat in the chair and waited.
Oof. Big oof.
BRB.
I'd have gone down to the library, got the TV and the DVD player, brought it back to the room and said, "We're going to watch a movie."
You know what's the funny thing about that, though?
What?
Kids nowadays don't care about that.
We're going to watch TikToks. How about that? Would that have worked?
No, because it was just one of those days where it's kind of just like, all right, here's your assignment. Okay, have fun. Don't destroy the classroom.
Are you allowed to play on your phone when that's happening?
By definition, no. but
Gotcha.
that also assumes that because when you go through substitute orientation, they literally or they tell you basically like while you're there, you're taking the responsibilities of the teacher. You have to teach the class or whatnot. But every time, there was only one time where I was able to actually teach the class, and that was because I had gotten in touch with the teacher beforehand. Was like, oh, you are studying
I
Greek,
think I'm supposed to
studying
have a big ass
Norse
sword.
mythology.
Hold on one second.
I'm a literature teacher. Like I have an actual English teacher. I can do this. Other times it's just make sure they turn this, fill these paperwork out, turn these worksheets in, and we go. Okay.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. What you working on today, Silver?
What's that?
Said what you working on tonight?
Jesse James from Wild West Exodus.
Gotcha.
I've had the 2-player starter set for a couple of years now, and I've gotten Wyatt painted, Wyatt Earp, and one of his dogs or Robo dogs painted, and I was like, maybe I ought to paint up one of his. Maybe I ought to paint up his his villain.
Right.
So I started working on Jesse tonight.
Okay.
Just painting some random stuff right now. I'm trying to. I'm working on. I was hoping that I was going to hear back from Miniature Market. I reached out to them to see about getting the thing has glorious movie, 1982, John Carpenter's cult classic, The Thing.
Yeah.
Has a board game or board style miniature game.
Mm-hmm.
Now the actual game itself comes with the cardboard cutouts, but you can buy the supplement miniatures for it.
Okay.
And I reached out to Miniature Market to see about if they would, I told them I was a YouTube content creator, and I was, I would love to have, that series of, the whole series, the actual game itself, the miniatures, which you get the survivors, which is McCready, Blair, Knowles, all of them. Then you have the things. You have all the different versions of the thing. And then you have a supplement for it. You have the 2011 Norwegian board expansion, and then you have the Norwegian crew.
Okay.
And I was kind of hoping that, they were going to get back with me, because I would like to do a series on my YouTube channel where I, go through the game, and, explain the game and all that, and then paint the miniatures.
Right.
Which I think would be pretty cool. But they haven't reached back to me, so I'm probably going to wind up just buying the damn thing. Like I did with Aliens.
Gotcha.
which is no biggie off my, but I'm waiting on, I gotta get my paycheck and everything settled,
Yeah.
because I'm just, I get my first paycheck tomorrow from Greer's. Yay!
Congratulations.
Yeah, almost 30 hours for my first week, which was just 3 days.
Nice.
Yep. So, okay, you were putting together. He's putting together Ukraine. Now he's putting together a repressor or a suppressor.
None of that is right, but yeah. I wasn't putting together the Ukraine.
But yeah.
If I could, I would, but no. The yin card is pissing me off right now, so
Right.
we're moving to the repulsor.
Okay.
The
Well, I had the first letter right.
You did. The yin card. So the steps I was on, right? Like I had to put her head in her hair and then the head on the body, which I was already complaining that the hair was so heavy it wasn't staying.
Right.
Well, I let it sit for 5 or so minutes thinking it had set, and then I have to put these horns on the side of her head, and it just jacked every other piece of that head up. So she is now sitting there and she's in timeout until she's fully dry.
I plan on fixing my Rogue Widow.
Oh yeah.
Remember last week when I painted Black Widow Rogue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, don't. She's an alternate universe version of Black Widow. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a couple of comic books where she was not in a black costume.
There's only one costume I'd like to see Scarlett Johansson, and I'm going to keep this PG.
Okay.
Yeah. We understand you want them on their birthday, but
I'm just going to say this. I prefer her black suit.
Uh-huh.
That's all.
okay. Over the white suit.
Yeah. I think that's what we're going to go with. Maybe I'll leave the yellow gloves for you, Silver.
Oh, Michael. So I guess I didn't see that 2 minutes ago. Sorry to leave you waiting. Yes, the only rules are no can't have really any copyrighted material playing in the background. We pretend we're going to try to keep it PG-13.
We do pretty good.
And just when you join the thing you've been watching on, make sure that's closed out, because otherwise the echo then the reverb gets pretty out of control. But other than that, you are more than welcome to click that link at the top of the chat and join us.
I was so tempted to unmute my Facebook to give an example.
I'm glad you didn't. Thank you.
Michael's pieces look pretty good that he's been working on. He showed me them the other day.
Sweet.
He's
Awesome.
talented. He's going to be a tough one for those paint competitions.
Nice.
That's your buddy?
Yeah, I've known him now. Wow. I want to say like 12 years.
Oh, that's cool.
First time that we really kind of got to meet each other, he stomped my face in some magic during a pre-release for the win. I got second place that night. I'm not holding any salt or anything for this long, but let's just say the shaker was full that night. It was like 120 people pre-release.
Wow.
It was a big one. It was a good one.
I remember when you had to go to like large conventions or whatnot for pre-releases. Then they moved it all to local game stores, which I'm fine with. It just missed the whole, 300-man pre-release events.
Do you think the Magic lost its popularity, or do you think it was just they found a way to make more money by having it at local game stores?
They were at that point. They wanted to.
It's all about the money.
That, yeah. But it's also to support local game stores so they can make more money.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I tell you what, the best one I ever went to was Louisiana State Championship
Mm-hmm.
while I was living in Louisiana. And there's about probably maybe 150 there, right?
Right.
And it just so happened to be the weekend that Alabama played LSU. And they had the Alabama LSU game on the television, and Alabama was kicking the living daylights out of LSU that year.
So like one
And
person.
I was like, every time Alabama would score a touchdown, and I don't do football, right? But every time Alabama would score a touchdown, I'd be like, Yahoo! And then all these people they'd be looking at me like and finally one of them came over and he says, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "Alabama." And how are you playing in a Louisiana State Championship? Because I live in Covington.
Greenbow,
Okay.
Alabama.
And I just
Yeah.
so happen, it just so happens I like Alabama.
The one that I can remember pre-release for was going to Atlanta for the Time Spiral pre-release, and you had all of the different stores like Channel Fireball and TCG Play, all the stores up there, and one of them had a giant dry erase board with and he basically looked like the stock market for going prices for rares and all sorts of stuff. So you would see people like opening up their packs for sealed, look up and look at his thing, and then set a card aside because you knew they weren't planning on using it in their deck, but that immediately were going to go sell it.
Right.
And then I think it was the same guy, or there was another group that did a "I'm sorry you got a Squire" promotion. So in the Time Spiral sets, they released a new rarity of cards that were reprints of older cards that were time shifted.
Right.
And one of the cards, so it's stuff like Achroma Angel of Wrath and other powerful cards. But then one of the cards you can get time shifted was Squire, which was a 1 colorless, 1 white, 1/2 vanilla creature. That was it. And it was the same rarity as all these other great cards that got time shifted. So he was running a "I'm sorry you got a Squire." You would bring him up a Squire and he would give you a booster pack.
Cute.
That actually looks pretty good. I like that. Oh yeah.
So what about Morbius or Morbius? What do you guys think of that?
I lost interest in Morbius the moment I saw No Way Home.
Because of Spawn?
Spawn?
Or because of Jared Leto?
Not Spawn, Venom.
No, just on how it ended. It just how No Way Home ended. Morbius now makes no sense to me.
What do you mean?
So, they're going with this whole idea that, at least in the trailers or whatnot, like there's Michael Keaton playing Vulture, talking to Morbius.
Right.
But Michael Keaton's not in the Sony's universe; he's in the Marvel universe.
Right.
But Morbius is the Sony product. So when they brought over when they were bringing over the villains and everything like that, I thought they were going to somehow merge or whatnot the two movie franchises together in some form of fashion. But then the whole, we're just going to completely sever and return everyone back to the universes, it doesn't make sense.
Yet.
I don't hold out hope for Sony to make it make sense.
Yet. Because I think the front, doesn't it have Sony and Marvel Pictures tag on it?
Well, it's got that, but I don't know. There's a lot of inconsistencies with the different versions that they're using. And
so you're going to be cautiously pessimistic. Got it.
Right.
Gotcha.
Like, I was excited about it, and then No Way Home happened, and I'm like, okay, now you're going to have to, like, now I'm not so sure.
Fair enough.
When is Morbius supposed to be out?
It's pretty soon, I think. Like, it's getting the super duper trailer treatment now, which means it's coming soon. Like everywhere you look, there's a Morbius trailer, which means it's got to be coming soon.
That date doesn't bode well either.
Okay.
April 1st.
Yeah. Fooled you.
No, that's also another thing.
What, Greg?
That's also another thing. They could be going the whole Marvel route, which we know, like, you really can't trust Marvel trailers.
True.
They do lie to you in the trailers.
Yep. Which I'm okay with.
Yeah, no, I know people get pissed about it.
They show you stuff in the trailers that you don't see in the movies.
Or vice versa.
Right.
Yeah, they'll put stuff in the movies that they'll the best prime example would be in the trailer, Thor's not missing his eye, but in Ragnarok he loses an eye.
Right.
When you see in the trailer when the Hell destroys Mjolnir, it looks like they're in a ruined city, but in the movie she does it out in the green field. You know, they show you scenes from movies, but they omit or add details.
Right, like the erasing two of the Peters. And
yeah, that whole scene, which
they did a cool thing for Civil War where they had moved War Machine up over where because that was Spider-Man's big reveal, and
right.
So in the trailer he wasn't in there during the lineup. They had War Machine looking in that spot. You know what I mean? So yeah, good soup. No soup for you.
The fact of, I know for Infinity War, they added or removed stones from the Infinity Gauntlets in different scenes for the trailer, so you couldn't tell what stones he had at what point.
I respect that.
So this summer, JD, I'm going to be going and streaming from the road with you guys.
Nice. Does your new trailer have Wi-Fi
and a booster?
Nice.
Probably have better internet than I have at my house.
All right, so then you're gonna have to like be outside and show me cool places that you're at. Like if you're at the Grand Canyon, you'd be like, and tonight
that's one of the targets.
Here comes B-Rye from the Grand Canyon.
That's one of the targets.
Nice.
And then
Your wife's gonna be dating me.
oh no, she's not going with.
Oh,
She doesn't get to go.
I was gonna say because all right, Brian, you got to be at the Grand Canyon on Wednesday. You know.
No, she's not going to get. She doesn't get to go to this trip. She has to stay home and work. Somebody's got to make money.
Fair enough.
I've done my part. I'm done.
So you retired, huh?
Yep. So this year is going to be minus the gas expenses. I'm probably going to be able to afford driving one place once a week and stopping for a week and then camping there for a week and then going to the next place for a week. So
Come on.
because
Cool.
gas is going to end up being the tough one. So I can do if it's anything like what I drove today, about 4 hours is a tank of gas. So 2 tanks and then stop.
Yeah.
So that's going to be right around $300 to get somewhere each day, and that'll be a little expensive. So I gotta do that and then stop for like a week and camp somewhere, and then wait till I get funded again from the boss. She might not fund us back.
You know what though? The girls will love it.
They will, as long as they don't kill each other.
Yeah.
Well, you can always, drop them off at the,
Leave them at the Grand Canyon like Joe Dirt.
yeah.
Was it the Grand Canyon where they left him?
I don't remember.
I saw that movie once.
Old Joe Dierte.
It's French. It's French.
Oh yeah, I've heard.
Hopefully Michael can join us. I think he said he had everything to do it. So
Well, I've been waiting because it's about that time for me to take a stroll.
I know, and
But Silver's already here, so maybe Michael gets to be the one that waits in the lobby till I get back.
that's kind of how it goes.
It's tradition. Like,
Well, it's almost that time for you to take a stroll, and I'm surprised my team hasn't come home to start yelling at me yet.
right?
The old JD stroll.
That's right.
We want ice cream with Fruit Loops and chocolate syrup.
You're pretty accurate with that, Silver. I'm not going to lie. That was pretty good imitation. The only thing is I don't have any of those things in the house because they would end up eating the entire box of that cereal before I could even pour it into milk. So the other day I got Pop-Tarts because in the morning kids running around, they're busy. They don't always want, breakfast. Throw it in the car, said they have something to eat.
Yep.
I get in the car and they're raspberry Pop-Tarts, which I thought are delicious. They did not. So then yesterday I got home and there's the 12 count boxes. There's a 12 count box spread out open. The wrappers are everywhere. And the two of them are dipping them in milk. And I'm like, I just got those for you guys for taking for breakfast in the morning. Oh. And it just looks like somebody just ripped through the box and just demolished it.
Yep.
They made a whole 12 count of Pop-Tarts.
Yes, Silver. You know how they come in the big boxes?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just demolished it. They didn't even blink an eye.
Well, I've eaten a 4-pack by myself once,
Oh yeah, that's easy. I mean, it's easy to do this.
but they
But
were all
they-
chocolate.
Yeah.
I don't know. You said Pop Tart eating easy, and my taste buds and mouth just go, why?
Well, if you ever toast one and then dip it in, some of them are good.
I don't toast them. I just take them right out of the package and eat them.
All right. So looks like Michael's going to join us next week.
Hey,
He's still getting a space set up, which means I'm going to mute myself and be back in a few minutes.
All right.
5 hours later.
5 hours later. Yes.
No,
So-
that'd be one eternity later.
So other than that, are you subbing every day now, or Greg, are you subbing periodically, or how's that going?
I sub whenever I feel like it.
Sub when I feel like. That's a tough gig, though. You're 100% correct. It's because you go in there with nothing because you don't know what you're going in for. Could be any grade, any class.
Well, so that's the thing is, when it comes to choosing and stuff like that, there's a program that they use where I can go into and actually see what school needs what, because the teachers have to put it into, or as a teacher, you have to go in there, because I had to do the same thing. You have to go in there and post that you are looking for a sub and set it up. So I can go and see, like, oh, this is a 12th grade English class that needs a sub on this day. I could, if I really wanted to, sub every day.
Right.
No problem. I can only sub one place a day, even if I take a half a day. But I could do that.
I'm done with that.
I'm in a position where I don't have to do that.
That's all right then, yeah.
So I can go like, okay, I want to substitute for these days, then I'm going to take a bit off. Then I want to substitute for these days and take a bit off, stuff like that.
Okay.
Nice
to be able to mix it up a little bit though, and have a few things to just to break up the day to day.
And then one of the teachers asked me, because I told her, it's like, hey, I have my education degree. I am a secondary English teacher. And she had asked if I wanted to get back in the classroom. And I honestly said, I don't know. It has nothing to do with the kids. The kids were enjoyable. I loved teaching. I loved seeing when one of my students, it clicked, the progression that I saw within my students, all that was fine. It's the bureaucratical red tape that you have to deal with.
Right.
Oh, quit, goofball.
You okay over there, Silver?
Yeah, I'm all right. I got a crazy cat trying to lick paint off my paint palette.
Well, you are the owner, so
Yeah, I
and to
know.
reflect.
Yeah, I know.
My
God,
favorite thing is the dogs that look like their owners.
Yeah.
Like,
You mean
because
the
it's so.
owners? You mean the owners that look like they're dogs?
Yes.
Let's say that's
Yes, it's so funny to see and so cute, and there's some that look just like the person. I mean, like identical. And the best are when it's the English bulldogs.
And the guy's got the jowls.
Yep.
Yeah.
so. I know he's not done or whatnot, but Bullseye was apparently like one of the easiest characters to paint.
I thought that was Black Widow.
No, Silver. Take a look at the screen. Like that's Bullseye's costume.
I know what Bullseye looks like. I still think Black Widow's the easiest.
Oh, come on. That's the one I'm going to work on all night here.
Yeah, but you painted her
Green.
I mean, I'm joking about this, but like, there's so much detail on this model that I could spend all night on him. It's just I don't care to.
Yeah.
That's the current Black Widow state.
Nice. Yeah, I went with blonde. I went with blonde hair.
Oh, did you?
Black Widow.
I wonder what she'd look like blonde. I got a lot. Oddly enough, the facial expressions on this model, it looks like a dude. It's hard to feminize or masculine, but the facial expressions in this one, it looks just like a angry male space marine. And if you look at do you have a Black Widow nearby?
No.
Here you go. Blonde Black Widow.
That's cool. Okie dokie. Wait.
Oh.
So, have you ever heard of Wild West Exodus?
No.
It's this really crazy game. You ever heard of have you ever heard the role playing game Deadlands?
Yes, I know Deadlands.
Okay. Think of Deadlands, but a miniature skirmish game.
Okay.
Okay. So, my Jesse James here, right? I'm painting right now.
Uh-huh.
Okay. 90% of him is regular, but he's got bionic eyes and bionic arms.
Okay. Cool. Sounds like a Malifaux. Have you ever heard of Malifaux?
Yep.
That was the boss calling me to tell me that they're on the way home.
And it's got motorcycles. In fact, this is one of the motorcycles.
Nice.
So, to hold it into the light a little bit better. I can't. It's hard to see right there.
Hang on a second.
Maybe that's just me. That's better. Oh yeah, really cool.
Yeah, and this is the base that I'm going to put it on. So it'll be mounted on the base to where it looks like it's jumping.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. Did you see my Black Widow, Brian?
Mm-mm. I got distracted. My team called me as soon as I was talking to that, and I had to mute. Ooh, she's very feisty. I like it. The blonde, it's more like it shows gold kind of from here.
Yeah, but I wanted to go the different route. And there's a second Black Widow model that I'll get and paint her and have that be the red hair.
I think that's the part about this that I like the most. It doesn't really matter what you do color-wise or how you do it. You don't even have to be that great at it as long as you enjoy doing it. It's kind of just relax.
Yeah.
But yours looks fabulous. My face on mine just looks like she wants to punch somebody already. Just anger, rage.
So Black Widow, got it.
Yes. Super RBF.
Well, you know, they say it's your model. You paint it any way you want to. You could have painted it brown with purple polka dots.
This is true.
That's going to be great. We're going to add Michael next week, so we're going to add some new blood to the party.
Cool, cool.
Next week, I'm going to be painting from somewhere near Hog Mine, it's right outside Alabama.
Oh, so you're going on a camping trip.
Yep.
Test out the camper.
Yep. Get these heathens out for the weekend. We're going to do a 5-day little trip.
Nice.
There's not much that needs to be tested out. Minus the fact that the driving it to and from is the biggest, the hardest.
That's what I meant. Like, it lets you get a handle of it for a longer.
Yeah, but it's so. I want to live in it. I don't even want to live in my house now. It's so like everything's integrated. The internet, the lights, you can turn them off by talking to. It's so cool how updated. So my houses have always been old, like old as in like the one that I'm in now is 60s. The one that I was in before that was 54, and before that was like oldest houses in the area. My parents' house was. So it was always hard to add these features that you call the modern updates.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this thing has a super heat. It's either electric and or propane. It does both, but you can run off grid. So solar panels do the electric. The only thing you can't do with the solar panels, you can use the refrigerator. It'll keep the stuff cold because it runs on the 12 volt. So it'll keep the refrigerator cold for. It'll work. It just doesn't. There's no. As long as you have light, you'll have a cold fridge. Only things that you can't do with it is the TV and a few other, like the hot water heater. But then you have the option of changing it. You have the option of running propane hot water heater instead. So you can be totally off grid, but yet the only thing that still doesn't work would be like the TV. And things that draw a little bit more electrical power, because like the stove, the gas tops are propane, and the insides it's a propane stove. So you could technically, minus the the water and stuff like that, stay going for about a solid week by yourself without having to hook up to anything.
Right.
That was what I really wanted. So I want to be able to pull in somewhere. If I'm driving for a couple hours and I want to stop at a rest station, hop in the inside of it. You don't have to put out any slide outs or anything like that if you don't want to. Take a nap for an hour or two and then just be gone.
Okay.
How big is it?
This one's 25 feet.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it's not monstrous, though. That's the key is if I would have been about 2 feet bigger, I wouldn't have been able to get it up my driveway. So. And then getting it through the gate, there's 2 inches on each side of the trailer as you come through.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that part earlier.
So I personally have never owned one of these before. And what I have noticed this far is the driving it to and from, you got to just go slower. You just got to know that you're not going to be doing 80 mile an hour on a highway.
Right.
Yeah.
You're going to be doing more like 65. You're going to be the slow guy. But if you do the 65, you can get about 4 straight hours, maybe 5 hours of drive time before you have to fill up, which isn't bad, but it's not great either.
Right.
So if I can get from here in a day on $300, making it to, let's just say 10-hour drive, stay for a week somewhere, and then go on from there, it won't be so bad. But I want to stay places where there's not 50 other campers.
Right.
So. But my team's on their way home, and they're like, "We need to go in and see it." Well, if it's anything like it is here, you're over in Mobile right now, it's rainy and just mucky and yuck.
It was. It's calmed down a bit. We had a tornado hit in northwest Mobile.
Yeah, out past the airport.
Yeah, not northwest Mobile, northwest Mobile.
Yeah, I know where you. Yeah, I saw them.
Did anybody get hurt?
I haven't seen anything.
Hopefully not.
Just a lot of wind damage, and somebody got a canoe in their living room.
Just a random canoe? Was it a flood or was it just from the wind?
No, it was where it happened was right off of a lake out there past the airport. So it was a lot of the stuff that was on the lake got brought up into on shore, and this one lucky person got a canoe in his living room.
Huh.
I remember one hurricane, my grandparents got a speedboat in their backyard, their front yard.
Finders keepers. Finders keepers.
Trust me, we tried to do it. The people finally contacted us about it, and my grandfather got pissed off at them because they came in. They wanted to drag it out. Get it, obviously.
Right.
And my grandfather's like, "Oh well, we can do it this way." And man's been living on that river for 60 plus years. He kind of knows what he's doing. And so no, they wanted to get a trailer and drag it out, like load it up and drag it out. But because he's so close to the river, his front yard, depending on the weather and the size,
it's wet.
It's not even just wet; it's like sinking. So they tore up his front yard.
I'd have tore them up.
Yeah, he was not happy.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Jesse James' whole upper torso is bionic.
I'm back and listening, but snacking.
Oh, he's back and listening and snacking. What are you snacking on? That's the important part.
Yoda smoking your muffin?
Yes, he's eating it. Oh, goodness gracious.
Got muffins.
But I knew someone in college where she, I forgot what the whole situation was, but someone said the name of that muffin, but she heard Yoda's smoking my muffin.
The Otis muffin.
That's kind of bad.
It's always been a fun thing for me to say. The Otis smoking my muffin was Yoda smoking my muffin.
Those are good muffins.
They are good muffins.
Their cookies are good too. I don't know if you've had those.
Off and on.
They used to have them at our school, and we'd buy them at lunch. Well, the girls want to see the camper, so when they get home, I got to go give them the grand tour.
The grand tour.
and then I'll come back for a little bit. So I will be right
Give you a
back.
thumbs up.
We will be right here. Wow.
And he will be Ryan.
Boo. It's almost as bad as the Arnold Schwarzenegger I'll be Buck.
What?
Have you not heard that joke? I forget what the three actors that have. No one's Arnold Schwarzenegger. But it's I think it's like Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and someone else.
Willis?
Is it Willis?
I don't know.
Sure, we'll throw Bruce Willis in there. They're talking. It's like they've got this new movie where these three actors get to play classical musicians, and Sylvester Stallone's like, "I'll be Mozart." Arnold Schwarzenegger's and I'll be Bach.
So I don't know if you've noticed, like I say it all the time. Somebody will be like, I'll be back. And I say, I'll be Beethoven.
Yeah.
Like that's just a knee-jerk thing I've been saying for 20 years because a comedian did that. So I'm wondering if they watched that same stand-up and then decided, all these years later to make a skit about it or something.
No telling.
Yeah, another one is like it's got him with the Buck's hair, piece, and his sunglasses. I'll be Buck, you be Mozart.
A bad guy I can deal with.
Thought you liked all the bad guys.
I do like all the bad guys, but I'm really getting into this Jesse James. His whole upper torso's bionic.
Right.
Look, if you're not painting him in style of Team Rocket, then I'm upset.
What?
JD got it.
I did.
I didn't understand what you said.
I said if you're not painting him to look like a Team Rocket member, then you're not doing it right.
A Team Rocket member? No.
Do you get the reference or slash joke?
I understand Team Rocket from Pokemon.
In the anime, the two Team Rocket members that were chasing after Ash, their names were Jesse and James.
Oh. Okay.
So Jesse, it was meant to be that.
Ah.
JD.
Yeah.
I finished Bullseye. He's not great, but he's done. But I did something that actually ended up working.
Okay.
But you're going to think I'm crazy because I know you don't like it.
I mean, that might not be why I think you're crazy, but what's up?
So, he's just black with white trimming, right?
Oh, I thought he was Navy, but okay.
Okay, yeah, he's. But I used the apothecary white. On I painted the white part with Corvus white.
Yeah.
Or Corex white. But then washed them all in apothecary white, even the black parts.
Okay.
Let that dry, and then went back and dry brushed Corvus black on top of the black parts.
Okay.
So it the Korax white or the apothecary white on black turned a grayish color,
Uh-huh.
and then hit that with the darker grayish black that Corvus black is, and it actually popped out really well.
Cool.
At least in my opinion.
Nice. That's not a bad idea. I have to see it like in person.
Oh, but the rest of it's bad. But to me, it was enough to where it's like, oh, that actually popped his muscle definition and everything else,
Nice.
as opposed to just leaving him just straight Abaddon black.
Right.
Or actually, I should say Chaos black, because I didn't even paint black. I just primed it black.
Right.
It counts. It's a color.
You right?
Yeah.
Sounded like one of those painful ones. That's why I was checking.
Nah. No, it's not one of those where I cough so much that I almost pass out.
Yeah, I love those.
I've actually coughed to the point where I've had to stop and hold my head. Those are always fun.
Yup. Soon you'll be old enough that you'll have to do that when you stretch. That's fun.
Oh, I've already given me myself Charlie horses from stretching.
No, but the stretch and then you get lightheaded and almost fall over.
No.
That may be a blood pressure issue. I don't know. Probably see a doctor about that.
You know, I keep mentioning that, and you keep staring at me like I said something weird.
What? Seeing a doctor?
Seeing a doctor.
In this day and age, with gas prices the way they are, doctors are going to be even more expensive.
I'd go to the doctor, but gas prices.
Right.
Nah, I'm gonna have to do some. I'm gonna have to do some of that crazy Klondike stuff to, for a gallon of gas.
What would you do for some gas? Yeah, well, that's what happens when you decide you decide to not, accept oil from a major source.
And still not want to, but dig into our reserves. That's the main thing. I think. I don't know anything about anything, so I'm just going to shut up.
Yeah, nobody tells me nothing.
Pretty much.
I don't know nothing. It's above my pay grade.
Wait, you get paid?
You guys are getting paid?
But of course. Somebody seems like they having some fun around there.
Yeah, somebody's cackling over there. And now Matt's cackling. That's a couple. Sounds like an evil table. forgot how much I hated putting together tanks.
You'd think they'd be easy, but then you realize all the tiny little parts that they go in.
Especially when they don't have, like, I mean, I'm not a big fan of putting together, like, rhino treads.
Right.
But all these repulsor things are the same, but more.
Yeah.
And why are you putting it together?
Because I built a new list.
Oh my gosh.
And I've had this sitting on in my pile of shame since I first thought of the list. And now I joined some of the guys up here at the store in a little fun, casual, like, it's not like a league, but it is. It's a fun little competitive thing they do. And the points changes happened a couple weeks ago, which means my Astreus list is no longer valid. So I went and reassessed this list and went, oh, it is still good. In fact, I get more stuff out of it. So let me actually build it, which is why I put 20 heavy intercessors together today.
Oh, geez.
I still have to put together 20 Reavers, basically. And I should be good after that. Oh, no. I got to make sure I have my assault intercessors. I might as well just... I've got to put 5 of those together.
You know, I got to sit down with the new points and actually look at my sister's list.
Yeah.
And then I have to do the unthinkable.
What?
Actually play Trevor in a game.
Why?
Oh, why is that unthinkable?
Why do you have to play him?
Because we've always like it's like the joke of, you know, I joke with you, but you never play a game.
Oh, okay.
It's like, and Trevor and I have always talked about playing a 2,000 point game, but we haven't.
Right. Well, I gotta, at some point, if he plays in the tournament, not Saturday, then it'll happen Sunday. But if he doesn't, then maybe Saturday play James for my first week in this little fun thing. And he's got the new Tau, which means I'm gonna die horribly probably, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, he jumped on that bandwagon 10 years ago.
Huh?
It wasn't that long ago, but I know he said Tau was his first army and still want to say he jumped on the bandwagon.
Right, I gotcha.
I have not gotten anybody's list in though. So I have no idea what Saturday's going to be like.
Yeah. You and I can spend round 1 going over and making sure they're legal if you want.
Yeah. I'll ask again today if the Harlequin Codex the Eldar Codex is allowed.
Yeah.
It's like, has it been out 2 weeks? No, then no. Unfortunately,
Right.
it's just how it is.
Whose codex out that's not allowed?
So the Eldar Codex recently came out.
Right.
Like Saturday. I mean, it just came out.
Yeah. Or it's coming out or something. Yeah, it's
No, it came out like 4 days ago.
okay. But generally with ITC rules and stuff like that, a codex has to be out at least 2 weeks before it's allowed in tournaments.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, it's to generally give, because that's about the time that GW releases an FAQ in case something like,
It's broken.
this was misprinted, we needed to fix it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I found something about my new setup that I'm not a big fan of.
Oh, is it rolling too much?
Huh?
Rolling too much?
Yup. This thing is on wheels, and I try to lean on it, and it just, I don't know how much my camera's shaking or if the whole thing shakes together. But,
I haven't noticed anything, but I really haven't been staring at it.
Right. It's just, like I'll be sitting here, like, mold line removing on a big chunk and, you know, putting some force into it, which makes me put some more pressure on my elbows or my forearms, which then pushes the desk further away.
Right.
Another thing I do like about it, though, is I feel like I have a greater field of vision, like to the rest of the store. So I can see if somebody's trying to sneak up on me or needing something. Or both.
Oh, they need something. Hide.
Yeah, the downside, they can see me better, too. Like Monday night, when I was doing the paint project, I was here. And Labata's like texting in the chat of the stream. He's like, "Are you even here?" And I'm like, "I can literally hear you watching the stream from the 20 feet away, dude. I'm right here." He's like, "I don't see you." It was adorbs. Okay.
How was the game?
It was awesome, dude. It is definitely one of those that we have to make sure before the game starts. We all go where we all love each other. We're all friends. Now, prepare for
Now watch this.
Yeah. Now remember, what happens in the game should not affect our friendships, even though
It will.
I'm about to bend you over the coals or whatever, rake you over the coals. That's the right word. It's definitely, I mean, it's called Traitors and Traitors.
Yeah.
And it definitely is.
Gotcha.
Like John's second turn of because so each game lasts three rounds.
Uh-huh.
So you basically play the game 3 times to determine the winner because it's all point based.
Yeah.
And his second turn of the first round, he just like went off on me and basically made sure that I like came in last place in the first round. Second round, however, it was revenge time. And so on my first turn, I just absolutely waylaid him and got my revenge. It was wonderful. And he's just I mean, we're laughing the whole time. No, nobody's mad. But God, it was fun. I told him, like, I know because it's your game and you're making it, you're going to get the first copy, but I dibs on the second copy.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think, knowing you, Greg, I think you'll really enjoy it because it's very, like, it has the feel to a deck builder without being a deck builder.
Mm-hmm.
But it has that kind of feel to it with a, like, I mean, sneaky. I mean, it's got a lot of aspects that make it a blast. Reading people like poker, like, because there's a card that lets me just trade hands with you, right? Like you and I switch our hands.
All right.
Well, I can play it at any time, so I can play all the cards in my hand. That's the last card, and I say, all right, Greg, now give me your hand, so I can play those cards, and you get my hand, which is nothing at that point, right? Like, oh, it's brutal.
Speaking of, when can I get some more money? I mean, play poker again.
I've been wanting to lately, so that can happen probably soon. Although
JD gives away free money.
When
When I get lucky and get a BS draw.
yeah, when
playing
somebody,
playing
Or
yeah,
when I
when,
completely, accidentally, unintentionally screw over JD.
yeah, when somebody happens to flop 4 of a kind or
Oh, I
whatever it
wasn't
was.
talking about that one.
Oh my god.
I was talking about the forget burn.
The what?
When I forgot to burn the card
Oh yeah,
and
that,
flip.
that hurt too.
Yeah, that was what I was referring to. My bad.
I think that let Bubba win, or no? I think you did win the hand, didn't you?
Yeah, it came down to me and Bubba.
No, I meant the hand. That hand that you forgot to burn the card.
No. Yeah. I forget. Anyways, no. I forget. It's been a while.
But remember, we're playing for Monopoly money, so it doesn't really matter.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No. I know.
So, what did the girls think?
They were pretty impressed. The best part about it is it's all dang solar power.
Oh yeah.
And propane. So you can run this joker, everything but the TV runs, so you can do heat and lights and charge your phones and bathroom and all that good stuff without having to be hooked up to anything.
Cool.
So, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
For like the TV and air conditioning, things that are for me not a necessity. But if you're going somewhere in the middle of nowhere, you if it's in the woods, you can open up the windows and AC. But the girls are going to complain if it's not their temperature. So
yeah, absolutely.
The AC is a necessity. So that only works if you're hooked up to a 30 amp. So
gotcha.
I got to get one of those put in at the house now.
Just to be able to charge it or something?
Well, it charges automatic. The 2 deep cycle batteries keep the refrigerator cold all the time.
Okay.
So the solar panels basically charge the refrigerator and do the lights. And so that the refrigerator stays cold 24/7. Like now tomorrow and today with the lights off, being all rainy and yuck. I don't know how it's going to do, so I'm anxious to see what the temperature stays at, if it stays cold, if it does its job without being hooked on to shore power, ground plug.
Honestly, you should be fine. I mean, you can still get sunburned when it's raining and cloudy. So
Yep. So we're hoping that answers that question and keeps those batteries full. And we can just go and you can leave your stuff in the refrigerator. So you don't need to take coolers with you then.
right.
Because the thing has 2 refrigerators, one inside and then one outside.
Nice.
So
There it is. Yes.
I'm happy I got a bad cat today.
You did a what now?
I got bad cat Armin in Epic 7.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
So now I can mean team and have all 3 Tenebrias and all 3 Armins.
Gotcha. Yeah, I hadn't gotten lucky on Moonlights. I did I got Huang Yong. and I'm enjoying. I built her. Dude, her base attack is like 6,600.
Yeah.
I got her way high. Now, I've seen some people online that are at like 72, 74. But for my crappy gear, I got her to, 66. And then, she hits pretty hard. I mean, she never crits. So,
Right.
like, my 3 people that have the highest attack are Senya, Summertime Asaria, and Huai Young, and they hit just as hard as people that crit, which is kind of cool. And I know we lost some people there, but whatever.
I'm okay. I'm listening.
Yeah, it was. I probably should have gone after Vildred.
Old Arby.
Yeah, but I was like,
well, apparently, did you pity her?
No.
So apparently, you can if I'm going after Arby, and I can still get Bad Cat.
Okay.
What that means is when you get to the pity, that's the one you're guaranteed.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which I dig, because if everybody else in the game already has Arby, so
Right.
I'm like the only person that doesn't.
I don't.
Huh?
I don't have them.
Do you not?
No.
Everybody has him. But everybody counters him now, so it's like not as dire as it was 2 years ago that I get him. But I still need him for my Pokedex. Basically.
That itch to collect. Yeah, I went to go look up Bad Cat Armin's recommended stuff, and her artifact page recommended artifact was blank.
Really?
And it's like,
we don't know yet.
We recommend no artifact for her? Oh, okay. So that's the first.
Yeah. Weird flex, but okay.
She doesn't need one. And now I go back to saving up because I want
the new
pirate Flan.
Oh, okay. I want this. I did hear, and I think it's the one you were talking about. We got that. GG might be coming tonight. I don't remember. The Guilty Gear?
Yeah.
And there is a new character.
Yeah, there's a new character. It's not Eno. It's not the one I was mentioning.
Okay.
But people brought up a name, and I went to go look at the character, and I think I know who it is. The silhouette fits perfectly. And hilariously enough, it's the character that the internet had the most problems with recently.
The internet had the most problems with?
Yep.
I don't know what are you talking about?
I have to.
Like what? Why would they have problems lately with a character that's from an older game?
Oh no, she's from a newer game. She's one of the newer characters.
Okay.
I have to just remember. There. Because I'll just send you the GIF.
Okay.
Because you have to see it. I can't just.
Probably because it's rated R.
That's her crouch.
Hold on. I haven't actually looked at it. I was just guessing. Why
That's her crouch.
would anybody have a problem with that?
I wonder why.
Well, now if they don't do that in the game, I'm going to be sad. That's just a yoga pose. Or at least in that one video I watched.
You're bad.
Yeah.
That pose is.
Huh?
So that pose does not leave anything to the.
No, at least it was from the front.
Yeah. Oh, this was the. I went to Google image and this was the first image that popped up.
Are you about to show us, or?
I'm about to send it to you. I'm not going to show it online.
Okay. I'm not gonna show this thing I found online. That's crazy.
Yeah, duh. What do you think I am, crazy?
Nah, not you. I'm the crazy one.
I don't know. You haven't heard the Joker laugh. Yeah, Greg's isn't on purpose. I did something the other day and he did it, and I was like, because like Greg and I have talked, and that's his I'm about to snap and be angry laugh, and I said something and he did this crazy laugh. I was like, oh my god, what did I do? And he's like, I don't know why, that just happened.
Uh-huh.
Let's see if this will work. Yeah, there it is.
All right, I'm mid 2 pieces gluing, so hold on.
You're fine.
Man, why Will Smith got to be in there?
But it's funny. But yeah, no, her name is Jacko. I know nothing about the character. It's after I started playing the video game.
Gotcha.
Oh,
You don't say.
I did.
George, I do so. So I was watching one of the movie critics, the movie reviewers that I like to watch on YouTube. He's doing Bat Month and going over the Dark Knight trilogy this month.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say, it's been a while since I've listened to watched the movies. I forgot just how bad Christian Bale's Batman voice was.
Joker.
All the college humor skits and everything like that, I was like, oh, they're just making that's the humor voice of it. And then I re-listened to it. I was like, actually, it was more accurate than I realized.
Yeah.
I'm anxious to see how Bob Pattinson's is.
I think he's actually going to do a really good job as Batman.
Joker.
Because in everything that I've seen, what we've seen so far of what they're going to do with this movie, you're not seeing a lot of the high tech stuff that the other Batmans have had.
Right.
This is going to be like right after like he becomes Batman, pretty much.
Yeah, this is supposed to be somewhere around year one.
Yeah, which was actually a fantastic storyline.
I bet you. I hope that there's a lot of like not and this isn't to sound. I don't want to see any failures in Batman because I enjoy the character, but like there's got to be issues with the gear. Come on, you got to be like, oh, my first time I threw one of those Bat Stars and it didn't have a zip line attached to it, and you were like, oh crap.
So what I've heard though is that Zoe was like made for that role. I heard she's amazing.
Zoe
Kravitz, the Catwoman.
Chick who's playing Catwoman.
Is that Lenny Kravitz's daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, then
And
I
I
bet
tell you what,
It's
I love. Oh, go ahead, JD.
I was saying it's Lenny Kravitz and Lisa Bonet's daughter.
Oh my God, she's probably gorgeous.
She's absolutely gorgeous,
Hey,
and she's Momoa's stepdaughter. Like she even
Have
got
you-
some of his genetics just from being around him. I guess.
just
I don't
standing next to him.
have you seen the Crimes of Grindelwald? Mine.
Yeah.
Nope.
Uh,
Yeah.
she plays what's her name in
Lestrange.
yeah, she plays Lestrange in the Crimes of Grindelwald.
She's been in a lot of stuff. You might look at her and go, oh, okay.
I've seen a few complaints about, not about her, but about the Batman movie, specifically the Penguin.
Yeah.
Like it's really like it's one of the, it's those, I should say, they're all opinion complaints.
Right.
Like like apparently like the Penguin character is really good, and who's playing him? Colin
Farrell.
Colin Farrell's like unrecognizable and stuff like that. But like I've seen people talking about like, is it now time to say goodbye to the fat suit and using Penguin as an issue? But also going more so the fact of, if you look like, you don't always have to have a Penguin to be that way. Look at the Gotham series and the Penguin that they had.
Right. Because he did a good job too.
Or I should say the Oswald Cobblepot. Like he was more Oswald Cobblepot than the Penguin.
Right.
But then there's like today I was reading an article, and I'm not going to go full detail into it because it contains spoilers. But an issue with the Riddler.
I mean,
And his
again,
motivation.
you're never gonna have everybody be happy. So, the biggest issue I heard was the pacing. It was it runs a little long, and that it doesn't need to. But that's like I've heard he does a pretty good job. That everybody's acting is fine. So that's all I care about.
Well, he's a decent actor.
Yeah.
I mean, if you take him away from, he did a really good job in the Twilight series for what it was. But
I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
I hadn't seen him.
Climb on top of me, Spider Monkey.
All right, but I've seen quite a
He
few
says
movies
that.
he's been in that he did a fantastic job in acting. Hell, I loved him in Tenet.
I hadn't seen it yet.
Oh man, Tenet is freaking awesome. I tell you what, for the plot line and the way they do it, Nolan has got an imagination that just runs rampant.
Huh?
Christopher Nolan.
Mm-hmm. His imagination is amazing with some of the movies that he does. I mean, I loved Inception. To this day, it's probably one of my favorite movies.
It's not worth it. That's what he's warned them before.
Cat, are you trying to stab me with a pair of scissors? Who's going to feed you? Who's going to water you? Who's going to give you pieces of pork chop out of the refrigerator? Crazy cat.
But going back to you talking about how long the movie was for the Batman.
Mm-hmm.
The critic that I was listening to, he brought up something that I didn't actually think about, but the way that he was describing it and the situation and stuff like that, I think I kind of agree with him now. It would have been better. Is for the Dark Knight with Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
If the movie ended right after Harvey gets burned, so where he has that mental breakdown and starts going insane. That's where the movie ended, and then the whole Harvey and Two-Face was the third movie.
Yeah.
Instead of what the third movie was.
Well, instead of because his whole thing is like we had the last part after that was a fourth act, and while it was good, the rest of the movie was great. In his opinion, the rest of the movie was great. Then it downgraded to good, and it felt rushed, even though they still were able to get what they wanted out of it.
I can see that. I just don't. I mean, there's no way we'd tell, but I don't know how you'd have like trying to extend that quote unquote fourth act into a whole other movie. I mean, I know that'd be a different script
Yeah.
but
Well, his opinion, and again, this is all his opinion, was the whole the people on the people on the two ships and having to choose 50-50, choose one. All that felt like a Two-Face scheme, as opposed to a Joker scheme.
right.
And that you could go the whole go the avenue of now it's Harvey doing the exact same thing he was doing, going after the mob or the mafia, just without the being now it's Two-Face instead of being just dead.
Right.
In all of that, and give more weight to him and Bruce, him and Batman dealing with the death of Rachel's death and everything like that. Like, there's a lot you could explore there, but like you said, there's no telling what they could if they really could have done anything with it.
Right.
It was just an interesting take that I didn't think about.
No, absolutely.
But next week he will tackle the third movie. I can't remember the title for it. Dark Knight Rises?
No, that's the second one.
What?
Third Nolan Batman movie. Dark Knight Returns?
Maybe it is Rises. Maybe the second one is just the Dark Knight.
No, you got Batman Begins, then you got the Dark Knight, and then the Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. Okay. So you were right. The Dark Knight drops a nuke in Lake Michigan. That's what it is.
Well, going the whole discussing like, oh, your plans don't make sense. And you're going this route, and you went another route talking about Bane. I've seen people complain that Bane's his motif and his motive doesn't make sense. His plan doesn't make sense. Why, release all the criminals and go on that whole tirade only to drop them in Gotham. It's like, if he's part of the League of Assassins and they had set up that the League had thought that Gotham needed to be destroyed. So while he's doing it in a different way, he's still following their idea.
Well, yeah, because it was his daughter, Ra's al Ghul's daughter's idea.
Yeah, well, yeah, her idea, and he was her guard, and also he followed her.
Right. To answer your question, Joe, it is the repulsor.
Yeah, but you know something? Well, I know the movies they're just movies, but if you think about it, Batman in the comic books, Batman and Talia, they have a son.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah. And he
but also depending on what comic is going for, Bruce doesn't acknowledge him as a son.
Right. Well, I tell you another one of the other. Well, I don't know. So far, I've only seen two Marvel movies for this year, and that's Multiverse of Madness and Love and Thunder. But this year, we're supposed to have three. I'm sorry, Morbius. And that puts us with three DC movies this year. We got Aquaman, The Flash, and Batman.
And they apparently pushed up Shazam 2.
Still, none of them are going to be as good as Peacemaker.
Well, I hate to be this guy, but I got to go.
No.
I will see you guys next week.
All right, buddy.
Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night, man.
See, I can get that. Like I said, I haven't watched the full thing, but I did catch the end of it and the scene that happens at the end.
Yep.
And I kind of agree with a lot of people, and that didn't necessarily need to happen or need to make sense or wasn't necessary. And it was
no. Who cares if it was necessary? It was hilarious.
What's that?
Necessary is not like you're watching the wrong show if you're watching Peacemaker for necessary.
Oh,
it is.
When I say necessary, I don't. Having Aquaman curse at Flash was not needed.
That's what I'm saying. Peacemaker's not about needed. It's about hilarity. It is, if you've watched the rest of it, it's hilarious. And Momoa was on board because he gets to curse. Come on.
Right. No,
that isn't everybody. Like, that isn't blonde hair, orange wearing Aquaman. That's Momoa's Aquaman.
Right.
He's grittier. Dude, you don't think he's cussing in those Nordic bars? Like, he cusses at Bruce. Not the F word because, DC trying to make money, but he would have if he could have. Like, I didn't think that was out of character at all.
And to me, it just like having them show up and him curse them out would have been fine. But to me, it feels like if Deadpool shows up and then Hawkeye turns around to somebody and curses them.
See,
But I don't see Hawkeye cursing.
In the MCU, I absolutely do. Now, I don't know his comic stuff, but in the MCU, I could see Hawkeye cussing. Maybe not when
discussing a situation. Sure, turning to someone to like Iron Man and saying just that. I don't know.
Dude, absolutely an Endgame. Absolutely an Endgame. Because when he comes back without Natasha and he yells at Thor, if he could have PG-13 drop an F-bomb in there, I bet he would have. You get your hammer and you go talk to him. Hawkeye to me in Endgame was at the point of his journey where he's going to yell at a god.
Right.
He is like, and if he can drop the F-bomb because the script said he could, I could see him doing that.
I don't know. To me, it just felt out of place, but that's just me.
Okay. We'll agree to disagree on that one because
I haven't watched the rest of it.
No, but it's
so if I watch the rest of it, it might be better.
It's just funny because the entire this isn't really that much, but the entire show, Peacemaker's just throwing out all these rumors about the main superheroes. In fact, he does one about Green Arrow in that last episode that Amnell, or how do you say his name? Stephen Amnell. He leaned into because he's like that guy. He's a bro. He goes to brony conventions and he's the back half of Twilight Sparkle or whatever.
Right.
And so Amnell started taking pictures of him with My Little Pony stuff. It's hilarious. I watched a TikTok the other day of a reporter at a premiere. I think it was the premiere for the Batman because Momoa had gone to support Zoe.
Yeah.
Because he's the best, dad, stepdad in the planet. And the reporter's like, Jason, just got one question for you. And Jason's like, all right, what kind of fish was it? And Jason just starts cracking up and walks away. And then comes back later and gives the dude a fist bump. And he was like, that was a good question.
Okay, I don't understand that one because I haven't seen any of Peacemaker.
Okay, so because Peacemaker's throwing out all these rumors,
right?
He's like, at one point he's like, F Aquaman. He F's fish. I mean, just that dude's in the water all the time with fish. Blah 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 blah. And in I don't want spoilers. Anybody should turn it off now if they don't want to hear. He's like, Peacemaker's mad because the Justice League show up after he saved the day. After he's asked people, he's like, call the Justice League. This could be their problem. And they show up and he's like, he's like, Peacemaker's cussing him out. He's like, y'all are late. Go back and do what I've been saying you're doing, right? Or whatever. Yeah. And Momoa turns to Barry and he's like, man, I hate whoever started that rumor. And Barry's like, it's not a rumor. And that's when Momoa drops a F you, Barry. And Barry's just grinning because Barry's there to stir up crap. I love that. I love that Flash. I know a lot of people don't like his Flash, but I like his Flash. But again, I don't care about DC at all, like
What?
almost at all. So, I think so, Joe. I don't know though. Like it sounds familiar, but I guess not. Maybe.
Mm.
I don't know. There was a movie I almost watched today or last night. It was on, I think it was on Amazon, and it had to do with superheroes, but like the main character was Dimas Dallas Page, and I was like, ooh, wait a minute.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No,
Speaking of DDP, all those pictures of Tommy on Facebook with all the wrestlers. Was that at Cross Con?
No, I don't know where he is.
Oh. Well, I was thinking, man, y'all had some pretty good pretty good guests there. How's he doing anyway?
Mm.
Huh?
I don't know. I don't really get to see him anymore.
You're kidding me.
No.
Oh wow.
I'm not necessarily saying not saying that like that's a bad thing. It's just this place is running smoothly without him, so he's working on his other venture.
Oh, he's got another venture going on.
If you've been seeing the pictures of him in wrestlers, then you've been seeing him talking about DCW.
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, he owns Diamond Championship Wrestling in Mississippi.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he's been promoting that and getting that going and having fun with that.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. He's living his dream, so I can't even be mad at him.
Well, heck no.
Not that I have any reason to be mad at him. I'm just saying.
Hey. No way, man. Phew. I wish the man more power to him.
Mm-hmm.
He's come a long way. He deserves it. And as far as I'm concerned, he's got a great crew there.
Yeah, I am. Oh wait, I'm barely part of the crew. I'm barely part of the crew anymore anyway.
No.
That's fine. Although I guess con weekend I gotta be manager on duty a couple days. Ugh.
Yeah, you got to make your presence known every now and then.
I'm still here every day, whether I'm working the front counter or not, basically.
Yeah.
That don't make sense. Does that make sense? That does make sense. No, I'm talking about how this piece fit.
Oh. It's a Games Workshop model.
Yeah, I had to flip it 180 and then it made sense.
Uh-huh. I tell you what, the first time I ever put a Bane blade together was like, geez, man. 10 hours to put that freaking model together.
And you're picking on me because of the Titan, and I've only got a leg done. Working on it 2 hours a week.
I said putting it together. I didn't say anything about painting it.
I know. But I'm doing it at the same time, so.
Right. But what I'm saying is, yeah, but Titan is also bigger than a Bane blade.
I know.
But but see, yours is a project, and it's not you're not putting it together for yourself, and you're not painting it for yourself. So there's a difference.
Oh,
I think if you were painting it for yourself, the thing would already be done.
I don't know.
No, because you'd have already cranked out that airbrush.
Nah,
Yeah, you would have.
nah.
I'm surprised you ain't cranked the thing out already anyway.
Nope. I said I was going to do it by hand. By golly, I'm going to do it by hand.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Did
you will be
Mr.
proud. Hey, you know something? You will be proud of me, JD.
Okay.
I did not paint that whole thing by airbrush.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I painted the carapace by airbrush and the torso and head area by airbrush. Everything else, no, the weapons they were airbrushed, but the legs and the feet and everything, I painted by a regular paintbrush.
Cool. What am I doing? What? I'm so confused. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I hope those
6,
aren't my
7.
ivory handled Colts you have your hand on right now.
Okay. Nope, I don't have my hand on anything of yours.
Wasn't talking to you. That was a line from a movie. Can't you see this horse loves you?
Can I see what?
Nothing. You ever seen the movie Silverado?
No.
It's got Scott Glenn, Scott Glenn, Kevin Costner, Kevin Kline.
Still no.
Oh, it's a great western. Great western.
Tank coming along.
Slow.
Slow.
What the heck was that?
My phone.
Oh,
It was my phone.
Speaking of which, let me check mine. Oh, there you are. Yeah, he's 100%. Hmm. Watch out, Boogie.
All right, apologies again.
You're fine. I'm just I ran out of stuff to do, so.
So what are you doing? I didn't see.
Oh, I finished my models, and I was just on my phone and
Oh yeah.
just trying to figure. Like, I've got this sister that I could paint, but I need to figure out how I want to do, since I can no longer split factions and attachments. I don't know if I don't know if I want to continue painting Bloody Rose or go back and paint all my stuff in my custom.
Right.
So that's why I've been painting a bunch of my sisters, because I still haven't figured that out yet.
Gotcha.
But going back to superheroes and stuff like that, apparently Charlie Cox is pushing for, if they do a Daredevil series again,
Yeah.
he's wanting to push for a rated R.
Cool.
He thinks Daredevil will work in PG-13, but to keep the same feeling from the Netflix, it needs to be able to go darker.
Right. Especially if they want to reintroduce Bernthal as Punisher.
Yeah.
I don't think you can Punisher at PG-13.
Get very creative.
Right.
Did you watch the the Punisher movies?
I watched the first one.
I didn't. I haven't actually seen any of them, but I know there's one scene. It might be from the second movie, but he's torturing a guy. But the guy's facing away from him, and so he puts. He talks about this thing that he has. He's like, it's going to feel cold, but it's actually burning your skin.
Oh yeah.
First one.
Obstacle on his back, and then it's grilling steak.
Right.
It's like, that's how you get creative.
That's from the first one with
Thomas Jane
yeah.
Okay.
The other one
was Aylmer, wasn't it?
oh God.
No, that's Judge Dredd.
The second one was Warzone. That's the one where they introduced Jigsaw and his chaotic brother as the villains.
Gotcha.
I really liked how they did the Netflix Jigsaw and all that.
Never watched it, but I did see that they're bringing over the Netflix series of MCU stuff over to Disney Plus.
Yes, the MCU adjacent.
Yeah. That we can reference, but we can't drop it by name.
Right. The Troubles. The Incident. That's what it is. The Incident in New York.
Very hard.
Me too.
Did y'all have any storm damage last night, Diddy?
No. No, I saw you were with that. You said you were without power for a little bit, but
Yeah, it's 30 minutes.
that's not bad.
Nope.
No, so I forget how all last night did was remind me how not good Danny is in emergency situations. And she laughed about it this morning. Oh no. So we're sleeping obviously and I've been asleep about an hour, maybe an hour and a half when it happened because it was like what 12:45, 1 o'clock or whatever.
Right.
So I mean I was in that good sleep. That good REM.
Yeah. That's where I was.
So yeah, I mean I was in that good sleep and then my phone, her phone, and our TV turned on and started blaring at us. So
Turned on?
huh?
Your TV turned on?
Yeah, our smart TV or whatever turned on.
Huh.
And started, Alan Seals started talking to us. Because that's who just comes through my phone, apparently.
Yeah.
And so she's like, whatever. I'm sleeping. We'll be fine. Like when normally she's all about checking, the news and checking everything.
Right.
She's just like, I don't know what's happening. I'm hungry, but I just want to sleep. What is that noise? Like she's not doing well at all. And meanwhile, in 30 seconds, I've calculated the trajectory, the distance, how long, if it's going to come our way, all that. Like, I've literally just done all this stuff. It's like, we'll be fine. Go back to sleep. By the time she blinked the third time to wake up, it was pretty funny. All right. Speaking of that, it is 2 till. So let us let's do some show and tell. All right, Greek.
I did Bullseye.
All righty.
Very straightforward paint job.
Yeah.
Yet again. And then I was just about to saw some stuff that I could do, so let me finish it real quick. But got Cleo? I forgot her name.
Clea.
Finished.
Nice.
So I'm not going to do the face marks on her because she's already from that dimension. But
Right.
then I had also gone back and did like the eye marks on Magic.
Cool.
Like that. So now all of them have that corrupted by Dormammu look.
Yeah, the not Vasilier, but Vasilius, I think is his name. Stuff. Awesome. All right, then Silver.
Okay. I did my Wild West Exodus Jesse James.
Cool.
Let's get him turned around. Guys, got a good. Yep, he's looking really good.
Cool. Awesome. Brian, I know, was working on some terrain, and then I started working on the Incarn. So we have a swirl. And then I started working on her head and body and decided that she has pissed me off. She's in timeout until she fully dries. So I started putting together a repulsor tank. So that's about as far as I made it. And that's all we've got time for. So we're going to slide this over. Look all my bits I made. Get that out of the way. All right. I appreciate you guys, as always, being with me, including B. Ryan, who left us for, his family, I guess, whatever. But anyway, we'll see you Monday for the next project. Hopefully I won't have any dirty surprises from the Titan. And of course, Wednesday for the next paint party. So y'all have a good weekend. If you're bored, come hang out and see us on Saturday for the tournament, 40K. And next weekend is our spring con. So hopefully we'll see some people for that. And remember, Gamers and Geeks, it is not just a game store, it is a gaming community. Oh, at least the one I rolled the G&G on was like dead center. That was kind of awesome. All right, so give us our G&Gs. All right, guys, I appreciate it, and y'all have a good night.
Bye, JD.
You too, man. Talk to y'all later.
All righty. Bye.